Hello everyone and welcome back to Whimsy Creek Art. Alright, today I want to introduce to you kind of a technique I've been working on. I haven't seen anybody else do this technique, so I'm going to kind of name it, and I'm going to call it the Whimsy Swipe. And kind of because it's kind of swiping kind of whimsically, you know, just wherever you want. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay some paint down just randomly, kind of whimsically. And so we're just going to kind of throw paint down here and there, and then we're going to swipe kind of randomly. And I'm going to use a plastic palette knife, and I'll show you that in just a moment. But right now we're just going to, truly randomly with whimsy, throw down the paint. Today we're going to use kind of some plums and purples and some great blues and turquoise, and I am just truly randomly throwing it down. This is a nice red violet color here. And I do have treadmill oil, silicone in about 4 of the colors. All the colors that are in the cups have the silicone. Alright. And this is a purple I actually just mixed up, so it's not really any particular brand. And then here we got a turquoise. And we are randomly throwing it down, and then we're going to swipe through that. Okay, let me get a little bit of white in here. And this is Admiral Blue, a nice deeper, darker blue. Get a little bit of gold. The gold looks real nice for this technique, swiped across the top. All right. Oh, get some gold. Maybe just a little bit of this Key West. So we pretty much have this canvas covered in paint. And there are just a couple of bare areas, but that is okay because the swiping will cover up those few areas. All right. Now I'll make myself a little bit of room, and I'll show you the palette knife. So this is just a very cheap palette knife, and the reason I like these plastic palette knives for this technique is you're not going to put any pressure. You're going to pretty much use the weight of the palette knife. The palette knife is very lightweight, so that's why it works so perfectly to just kind of use the weight of it. So you can, we're going to swipe at random at whimsy, and that's why we're going to call it the Whimsy Swipe. And so I swipe across, just letting the palette knife go across the surface. I am not pressing down at all. And then after each time I swipe, I am wiping it off and cleaning my palette knife. And then I go back in with a nice clean palette knife, and I go a different direction, whatever direction I kind of decide to go. Alright, now I'm wiping my palette knife clean. I think we'll go. And notice each time I'm making sure it's going over the edge, then I'm kind of just randomly swiping through. right, I think right here I'm going to throw down just a little bit of color on this edge. It didn't quite have enough there. And then I'm going to swipe through that. Very, very, very lightly. Taking it around the edge so I don't drip on it. Then we're going to kind of get some of these bottom a little bit. Making sure to get the edges and the sides. Alright, wipe my palette knife. I think I'm going to throw down just a little bit of turquoise here on this edge. Then we're going to swipe. Here, we need a little bit more paint there. Alright, now we're going to swipe across very, very lightly. Need a lot of elbow room for this one. Gonna get some gold. We can get a very whimsical design here. Alright, and you can see this one has a little small area. You can take in and just kind of swipe down. Alright, we pretty much have all surfaces covered. There's one small little area here and across the top. And that is it. And that is the Whimsy Swipe. I hope you guys try it out, and if you do try this technique, please let me know. I would love to see your guys's. All right, just a little bit more here across the top. All right, now I'm gonna get it over the edge. Wipe it off clean, and then swipe away. It does take a little bit of practice to make sure you get just the right amount of pressure. Alright, and then if you do have a little bit of area, you can always tilt or whatever you would like, but I kind of like that. I'll leave it like that. Tilt maybe possibly this direction slightly. But all right, you have a very different sizes of cells, some lacing, some real tiny cells, some bigger cells. It creates quite a neat technique. And so I usually put silicone on about half and half of my colors, not all of them. And it takes a lot of practice really worrying about how to lightly go across. But let me know if you try this technique. I'd love to see others. All right, thank you for watching and have a great day.